Hey everyone, and welcome back to the third Read Aloud and Annotation video. We're going to switch it up for this one and every video going forward. I realized the last video was like 30 minutes long, so to cut it down, I'm just going to be reading and annotating the most important parts of the assigned reading pages, right? So I just picked a couple poems that I'm going to read and annotate for y'all. So the pages for this assigned reading was page 37 to 62, I believe. So the first poem that we're gonna start with is Cut. It is on page 38, okay? Hopefully you see that. Cut. Time to pay up, filthy, JB says, laughing and waving the scissors in the air like a flag. My teammates gather around to salute. Filthy, 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 they chant. He opens the scissors, grabs my hair to slash a strand. I don't hear my golden lock hit the floor, but I do hear the sound of calamity when Vondi hollers, "Oh, snap!" Okay, so previously, JB won the bet against Josh, and the punishment was, or the loser of the bet, since Josh lost, JB gets to cut his hair, and we all know how much Josh's hair means to him, so this is a very big deal. Again, before you read, you had to annotate the format. You only see "oh snap" and "filthy, filthy, filthy." You see like a flag right there. That's a simile, right? Opens the scissors, grabs my hair, slash a strand. You hear my golden lock. Very descriptive word right there. It's not a whole lot in this. It's not a calamity. That'd be a good one. It's not a whole lot in this poem to annotate. It's really just a plot mover, right? It's a very big in the plot. So the next poem is Calamity. And you see this, we did this before, is a definition poem. So, calamity. An unexpected, undesirable event, often physically injurious. As in, if JB had been acting so silly and playing around, he would have cut one lock instead of 5 from my head and avoided this calamity. As in, the huge bald patch on the side of my head is a dreadful calamity. As in, after the game, Mom almost has a fit when she sees my hair. What a calamity, she says, shaking her head and telling Dad to take me to the barber shop on Saturday to have the rest cut off. So, the bet originally was for JB to cut one strand, one lock, but instead he cut 5. So this means that Josh has to end up getting his entire locks cut, which is a very big deal. You know how much Josh's hair means to him. So, again, this is a calamity. Remember, this is a definition poem. This is the format of it, okay? Next one is Mom Doesn't Like Us Eating Out. Remember, always look for the format, see if there's anything different. You see these italics, so you just know that it's a lot of dialogue, right? So, Mom doesn't like us eating out, but once a month she lets one of us choose a restaurant. And even though she won't let him touch half the things on the buffet, it's Dad's turn, and he chooses Chinese. I know what he really wants is Pollard's chicken or barbecue, but Mom has banned us from that place. In the Golden Dragon, Mom is still frowning at JB for messing up my hair. But Mom, it was an accident, he says. Accident or not, you're your brother and apology, she tells him. I'm sorry for cutting your filthy hair, filthy. JB laughs. Not so funny now, is it, I say. My knuckles digging into his scalp until Dad saves him from the noogie with one of his lame jokes. Why can't you play sports in the jungle, he asks. Mom repeats the question because Dad won't continue until someone does. Because of the cheetahs, he snaps back. So amused, he almost falls out of his chair, which causes all of us to laugh and get past my hair issue for now. I filled my plate with egg rolls and dumplings. JB asked Dad how we did. Y'all did okay, Dad says. But JB, why did you let that kid post you up? And filthy, what was up with that lazy crossover? When I was playing, we never... And while Dad is telling us another story for the 100th time, Mom removes the salt from the table and JB goes to the buffet. He brings back 3 packages of duck sauce and a cup of wonton soup and hands them all to me. Dad pauses and Mom looks at JB. That was random, she says. What? Isn't that what you wanted, filthy? JB asks. And even though I never open my mouth, I say thanks, because it is. So, again, there's a lot of dialogue in that poem right there, and it really shows us a look into the characters a little bit farther, right? So we see after every or once a month, the mom lets them choose a restaurant to eat at. Dad, his favorite restaurant is Paula Chicken and Barbecue, but she's banned that from that place. Could be because of health reasons, right? Let's see what else. You see the jokes, right, JB, and you see how they're playing. Dad saves him with one of his lame jokes. We can see that Chuck is sort of the peacemaker, I want to say. Whenever the two brothers are fighting, Chuck Bell, the dad, makes a very lame joke, right? And I would even do because of the cheetahs, because it sort of gives you a look into his character, right? I'll film a plate with egg rolls and dumplings. What else? Right here. This is a very big thing. JB knew what Josh wanted without him even telling him. That is a very big twin thing. There's stories of twins being able to read each other's minds and being on the same wavelength, right? So this just shows how close they really are together, right? Next is the inside of Mom and Dad's bedroom closet. The inside of Mom and Dad's bedroom closet is off limits. So every time JB asks me to go in there to look through Dad's stuff, I say no. So right there, I would say off limits. I say no. But today, when I asked Mom for a box to put my dreadlocks in, right there, that is a big thing. That is how much he loves his dreadlocks. He's willing to put them in a box to keep them. She tells me to take one of her Sunday hat boxes from the top shelf of her closet. Next to her purple hat box is Dad's small silver safety box. I would annotate that. Purple hat box, small silver safety box. Is very descriptive, right? The key in the lock and practically begging me to open it. So I do, when unexpectedly, "What are you doing, filthy?" Standing in the doorway is JB with a look that says, "Busted." "Filthy, you still giving me the silent treatment?" "I really am sorry about your hair, man. I owe you, Filthy, so I'm going to cut the grass for the rest of the year. And pick up the leaves, and I'll wash the cars, and I'll even wash your hair." "Oh, you got jokes, huh?" I say, then grab him and give him another noogie. "So what are you doing in here, Filthy?" "Nothing. Mom said I could use her hat box." "That doesn't look like a hat box, Filthy." "Let me see that," he says. Just like that, we're rummaging through a box filled with newspaper clippings about Chuck the Man Bell, and torn ticket stubs and old flyers and I would annotate all of that. It's from Chuck's playing days, right? Playing days, and he likes to reminisce. He likes to look back about his old playing days, and he likes to keep all the stuff, right? "Whoa, there it is," Filthy, JB says. Even though we've seen Dad wear it many times, actually holding his glossy championship ring. Very descriptive words. Those are descriptive and sensory language words. In our hands is more than magical. "Let's try it on," I whisper. But JB is a step ahead, already sliding it on each of his fingers. Until he finds one that fits. "What else is in there, JB?" I ask, hoping he will realize it's my turn to wear Dad's championship ring. There's a bunch of articles about Dad's triple-doubles, three-point records, and the time he made 50 free throws in a row at the Olympic finals. I would annotate that, the stats and the records, because it shows how good Chuck the Man Bell was, right? Whenever he played. He says, finally handing me the ring, an Italian article about Dad's Bellissimo crossover and his $1 million Euro multi-year contract with the European League. Gives a look into Chuck's playing career and his character, right? His character history. "We already know all this stuff, JB. Anything new or secret type stuff?" I ask. And then JB pulls out a manila envelope. I grab it, glance at the private stamped on the front. In the moment that I decide to put it back, JB snatches it. "Let's do this," he says. I resist, ready to take the purple hat box and jet. But I guess the mystery is just too much. I would do jet. Again, that's sort of a slang word right there. Instead of saying run away, the author chose jet. I resist, ready to take the purple hat box and jet. But I guess the mystery is just too much. We open it. There are 2 letters. The first letter reads, "Chuck Bell, the Los Angeles Lakers would like to invite you to our free agent tryouts." We open the other. It starts, your decision not to have surgery means that realistically, with patella tendonitis, you may not be able to play again. So, I would annotate this as well. Um, remember earlier, Josh asked Chuck, his dad, why he doesn't play anymore or other things like that, right? This is why. That is the reason why he's not playing, because he decided not to have surgery on his injury. Next is patellar tendonitis. Remember, this is another definition poem. Remember, look at the format. The condition that arises when the muscle that connects the kneecap to the shin bone becomes irritated due to overuse, especially from jumping activities. As in, on the top shelf of mom and dad's closet, in a silver safety box, JB and I discovered that my dad has jumper's knee, aka patellar tendonitis, jumper's knee, because it's from a lot of jumping activities, so basketball. As a rookie, my dad led his team to the EuroLeague championship, but thanks to patellar tendonitis, he went from a superstar with $1 million fadeaway jumper to a star whose career has faded away. As in, I wonder why my dad never had surgery on his patellar tendonitis. So, for some reason, Chuck never had surgery on his injury. Maybe later on in the book, it explains why he didn't. This also shows how good Chuck was whenever he played, right? His character. So the next poem is Girls on page 52. Girls. Remember, also, look at the format. That right there. So emphasize that. And then you see dialogue right there, right? Girls. I walk into the lunchroom with JB. Heads turn. I'm not bald like JB, but my hair is close enough so that people sprinting past us do double takes. Right? Hair's close enough so that... So, hair was one of the things that separated JB and Josh, right? And now, since Josh had to get a cut, it's very similar to JB, so people may have a little bit harder time telling them apart now, right? But my hair's close enough so that people sprinting past us do double takes. Finally, after we sit at our table, the questions come. Why'd you cut your hair, Filthy? How can we tell who's who? JB answers, I'm the cool one who makes free throws. And I holler, I'm the one who can dunk. We both get laughs. Right there, there's still another, difference, between them, right? I'm the one who can dunk. We both get laughs. Some girl who we've never seen before in tight jeans and pink Reeboks comes up to the table. JB's eyes are ocean wide, his mouth swimming on the floor, his clownish grin embarrassing. So when she says, is it true that twins know what each other are thinking? I tell her, you don't have to be his twin to know what he's thinking. So some of the things, pink Reeboks, tight jeans, they're very descriptive. JB's eyes are ocean wide, mouth swimming on the floor, clownish grin. All example of metaphors right there. So those are just some of the things you would annotate on that. Next poem is Walking Home. Remember, look at the format. You just see a bunch of dialogue. Walking home. Hey, JB, you think we can win the county championship this year? I don't know, man. Hey, JB, why do you think Dad never had knee surgery? Man, I don't know. Hey, JB, why can't Dad eat? Look, Filthy, we'll win if you stop missing free throws. Nobody likes doctors, and Dad can't eat foods with too much salt because Mom told him he can't. Any more questions? Yeah, one more. You want to play? You want to play to 21 when we get? Yeah, one more. You want to play to 21 when we get home? Sure. You got $10? He asked. Right there. Another look into his betting, right? His character. Again, this is just a bunch of dialogue about Josh having a bunch of questions that he needs answered. A big one that comes up is Dad never had knee surgery, right? And JB's response is maybe nobody likes doctors, right? Next one is man to man. Remember, look, the format is very similar to dribbling, right? It's all over the place. Remember, this is because the author wants you to read it a certain way, right? So you would look at fall right there, goes down, shaking and baking, smooth, how that's done like that. Man to man. In the driveway, I'm shaking and baking. You don't want none of this, I say. I'm about to take it to the hole. Keep your eye on the ball. I'd hate to see you fall. You should have gone with your girlfriend to the mall. Just play ball, JB shouts. Okay, but watch out, my brother. Tar Heel lover, I'm about to go undercover. Then bring it, he says. And I do, all the way to the top. So smooth. I make him drop. So nasty the floor should be mopped. But before I can shoot, Mom makes us stop. Josh, come clean your room. Got it? Yeah, okay, yeah. So this was the man-to-man. You see the format. It's basically Josh and JB playing basketball together, right? For that game of 21. So some of the things I would highlight. Shaking and baking. That is slang right there. Take it to the hole. That's a basketball term. Should have gone with your girlfriend to the mall. They talk about that girl in the previous poem, right? And he's describing as my brother, Tar Heel lover. It's great rhyming scheme in this one, right? Undercover, right? Cover. So these are just some of the things I would annotate. Because the rhyming scheme, you could definitely see it in this one, shaking and baking. To see, should have gone. I hate to see you fall. You should have gone with your girlfriend to the mall, right? Brother, Tar Heel lover, undercover, right? So that was the last poem from this reading assignment. As you can see, this video is a lot shorter than the previous ones. The poems in this section were more about dialogue and more about looking at the characters' personalities and their history, right? It went into more about what Chuck Bell was, his playing career, and why he had to quit playing, right? And then also introduced a new character, the new girl, that JB has a crush on. And there's also a lot of definition poems in this. So I would go back and read this section again just to get a further grasp. But that is it for this video. I will see you for the next one, okay? Bye.